Hey everybody, my name's Tom. I'm from Western Colorado, and I'm out doing a ruck march, training for an event that I'm doing. It's a 100K ruck, and if you don't know what a ruck march is, it's basically strapping a pack on and walking. It's what you do in the military when you're gonna get one place to the other with all your gear. You load your pack up with gear, you strap it to your back, and you get to stepping. So, I am a 6-year Army veteran, non-combat, to be clear, but feel a need to give back. And so, for the past several years, I have done something annually to raise money for veterans organization. And the organization that I've landed on is one called Basecamp 40, also out of Western Colorado. And what they do is they are not for profit. They have no one on payroll, and it's run by a group of volunteers who 100% give their time to take veterans out hunting and fishing. And so my goal is to continue to raise money for them by doing this 100K ruck march. So that's what I do. That's why I do it. And hopefully you're on board with it. Yeah, that's it. I gotta train.
Inspired by the cause and feeling up to the challenge, Brad wanted to join the 100K ruck for Basecamp 40. So he signed up. The 100K ruck walk actually takes place in Colorado, but seeing as we just moved to Florida, we needed to find a place where he could do the challenge. So Brad chose EPCOT as a place to get his miles in. Brad started the day with some training and some stretching exercises, and got a little help from Marla the cat. We made our way to EPCOT and checked into the Swan Hotel.
So this is the room we're staying at tonight. This is the Swan.
Hey, and Jill, check this out. In the bathroom, they have a portrait of a very handsome man holding a camera.
With his beautiful wife.
Oh, it's a mirror.
Here's the restroom there, and 2 queen beds. A nice large television there. A little place you can sit down and have breakfast here or dinner, or just got business to attend to. Very nice. Let's have a look out the window. What do we got here? We've got a nice view of the rain. I hope that passes soon.
We geared up and headed to the World Showcase. But seeing as though it was a Saturday during the Food and Wine Fest, we began to realize how crowded it was.
Saturday, so as to be expected, it is very crowded, which makes it very challenging to walk around 52 times. These breaks in the crowd are nice because you kind of can speed up a little bit and pick up the pace for just a few minutes before you have to slow down again. One mile down, 62 to go. Lucky for me, I decided to do this whole thing during the International Food and Wine Festival of 2021.
With the stop-and-go traffic of the crowds tiring us out, Brad came up with a new plan to get in his miles.
So that was a terrible idea. We didn't anticipate. I should have, but I didn't. The crowds.
Saturday.
Yeah, that it's a Saturday. So it was very hard to walk around there quickly. So what we did is we came out here to the boardwalk area. It's a lot more open. You know, in there, I was keeping the mask on because it was so crowded, just as an added safety feature. But yeah, now we're here on the boardwalk. It's much more open, a lot easier to do this walk. As you can see, this is even actually designated as a running trail. So this is probably a little bit better for what I'm doing. Just makes a complete circle. Got my own beach here. Very nice. And a little lighthouse you can walk out onto. That is pretty cool. Right here is the Atlantic Dance Club. They actually have kind of like dance parties and things like that. I don't know if they're doing them really right now, but yeah, sometimes they have them here. Pretty cool. I haven't been to one yet. I want to check that out. Wish I would have done this up front because this is a lot easier. You know, back in there, it's like right now I'm already tired. I'm already in pain because for me, and maybe this is, I don't know if anybody else does this, but when I'm walking, I have to just keep going. And if I stop, it usually kind of like tires me out faster. So a lot of the stop and go traffic in EPCOT, it just really just wore me down just because of how crowded it was in there. I'm really behind schedule. I think I'm only like 4 miles in. So I got a long way to go, but now that I've got this big open area, I think it'll be a lot easier to get some miles in. But yeah, here comes one of those nice Florida storms rolling in. Here's a boat coming on by, bringing guests from one spot to the next. Starting to rain, so we're gonna come in for a minute just because the phone's waterproof, but the gimbal is not, and we do not want to ruin the gimbal. So we're going into our hotel and back in the Swan for just a few moments. So we came back into the room for a minute. We're here at the Swan Hotel. Just taking a break for a second. We're gonna probably shower and change clothes. It's raining outside. We didn't want the gimbal to get wet or anything like that. So I think the plan is from here on out, because EPCOT is just, it's so busy that it's just impossible to get enough, you know, rounds in. It's a busy day. It's Saturday. But the boardwalk is perfect because there's just not a lot of people there. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to EPCOT, but then once we're done there and we've kind of eaten and it's closed down, then I can continue at night going around the boardwalk until they, you know, I don't know how long they allow it, but we'll see.
Till he passes out.
Till I pass out, till my legs fall off. Another really cool place on the boardwalk here. They've got like a dueling piano show, which is pretty cool. So hopefully, because of the rain, it might have lightened the crowd a little bit. So I might be able to get quite a few miles in here at EPCOT. I stand corrected. Still busy. That's okay. We're gonna come here and eat and try to get what miles we can get in. We got about 9 miles in. So only what, 53 more to go? We're good.
Oh my gosh.
Took another break in Canada, and Google told me some very disappointing information. I'm only 20K in to my 100K Ruck. No words, no words.
But this didn't stop Brad. In fact, he was only driven to push further.
The road may seem a little long, I may not feel that strong, but I know I can do it if I just hold on. I gotta make sure I know the way, the path will lead from yesterday. It really shouldn't matter the reason to anyone but me. I'm driven in this world that we live in. I control what I'm given. Brand me and now I'm driven. No one says that I'm not in. I give it all my decision. Brand me and now I'm driven.
So the fireworks are going off behind me. It kind of feels like a victory lap or something, but no, I've got more to do. My battery's about to die, so I'm gonna go back to the room, charge the battery, get a little water, and I'm gonna come back out here and do a little more walking.
I'm laying in bed.
Good for you.
While I cheered him on from the comfort of the bed, Brad headed back out onto the boardwalk to get in the final miles for the night.
Boy, I tell you, this day is full of challenges. So walking on these wooden planks of the boardwalk, well, it was raining a lot today, so this ground is very slippery, so I keep slipping as I'm walking, trying to keep myself from falling, although that might be good for the channel. I'd be lying if I wouldn't say that I am just totally destroyed right now. I am burnt out. I'm gonna make my way around the rest of this way and I'm gonna call it a night because I am in pain. I am in pain, but it's a good pain because it's a good cause. I'm glad to be part of this challenge.
Taking part in the 100K Ruck for Basecamp 40 is an experience I'll never forget. If you want to learn more about Basecamp 40, please check out the link in our description of this video. Thanks so much for watching. We look forward to sharing our next adventure with you.
I'm driven.